Tales of Falling and Flying by Ben Loory. Missing. A man wakes up one morning to find that both his feet are missing. "What on earth?" he says. He looks down at the stumps. He reaches out and touches them. They're not sore. He says. "Well, I guess I should get to work." He rises awkwardly from the bed. Suddenly, he starts to laugh. "Guess I don't have to worry about shoes," he says. At work, no one seems to notice the difference. The man hobbles about uneasily. It is hard to balance on just his stumps, but he manages to carry out his duties. At the end of the day, the man feels strangely proud. "Best day's work I ever did," he says. Absolutely no doubt about it. He stumps on home and goes to bed. The next morning, the man wakes up and he has no legs. "This is going to be harder," he says. He lies there, trying to think of a plan of action. "Guess I'll walk on my hands," he finally says. The man tests it out in the living room. It works, but his palms start to hurt. "Guess I'll have to wear gloves," he says. Luckily, he finds some in a drawer. "Did you lose some weight?" people say at work. "You look different somehow." "No," says the man, who is upside down. "Though, in a way," he says, "I guess I did." Once again, the man does a good day's work. The only real difficulty he encounters is that he has to put the gloves on to go anyplace, and then take them off again to actually work. And his job requires him to do both these things. It is rather an inconvenience. "But what can you do?" says the man to himself. "I guess this is just how it is." The next day, the man wakes up and he's ahead. Just ahead. That's all he is. He tries to crane his neck to look down at himself, but he has no neck, so he can't do it. So instead, he simply lies there, a head on the pillow, and stares straight up at the ceiling. "Well, here we are," the man thinks to himself, and, well, there's the ceiling. The phone rings at about 9:15. That's probably work, the man thinks. He feels bad about not picking up. But what can he do? He's just ahead. At about 9:30, the phone rings again. The man looks at it on the nightstand and frowns. "I'm indisposed!" he yells to it loudly. But it keeps ringing again and again. Damn it, the man thinks. It's hard to just lie here with all that incessant noise. He rocks a little bit and tumbles off the bed. The phone falls as he knocks into the nightstand. "Hello?" the man says into the receiver. "I'm sick, so this better be good." "Help!" says a voice. "Help me! Help! I'm trapped!" "What? Who is this?" the man says. "It's me," says the voice. "It's me, you moron! Please, you have to get me out of here." The voice sounds familiar. "Out of where?" says the man, but there's no answer. Just a horrible, strangling sound. "Oh my God," says the man. He looks to the door. He rolls over and bangs his head against it, but the door is locked, and he can't reach the knob. Then he notices the crack that runs beneath it. "If I could only squeeze through that crack," the man thinks, and he tries to flatten himself. He strains really hard, and then suddenly, poof, he's under the door. All spirit, no head. The man flies down the hallway. He's a thing of the air. "I never knew it could be like this," he thinks. He zips out the front door and off down the street. I'm coming, he thinks. The man zooms across town. He sees the world as he goes, everyone going this way and that. The sun is shining and there are birds in the air. Up ahead is the office. He flies inside. And once inside, there he is, sitting behind a desk, in a gray suit, perfectly still. He still holds the telephone clenched in one fist. He looks awful, zombified and pale. Hang on, the man thinks, and he slips inside. Move your muscles, he thinks. You can do this. He reaches out and jots "Go Dancing" on the calendar. Then he rolls his sleeves up and does business.